Hello, this is GM Matthew Sadler.
And WIM Natasha Regan.
And we're here today to tell you about our new book, Chess for Life. One of the most interesting parts of the book is the interview with the British amateur player and FM Terry Chapman. Terry describes great detail and tells some very interesting things about how he tried to improve his chess strength when he retired from work. And he was very successful in this, became an FM and beat a number of strong players. And he talked very evocatively about his experiences. And one of the things he mentioned were a couple of games which would always remain with him, which were just fantastic experiences. And we just mentioned them in passing in Chess for Life, but we didn't actually quote the games. So we thought it would be a nice thing to do, just to show why those games were so memorable. Now Terry's a teammate of Natasha, so maybe you even saw this first game, Natasha. It was played in the 4NCL, the British team competition. So it was played against Keith Arkle, so another one of our role models. So sorry, Keith, for this one. So it started in this way. A rather unorthodox opening, actually. And here Terry played b4.
This looks like a Benko reversed, and Terry plays the Benko with black.
Oh, that's true, actually. He does. Yes, that's right. It's so he gets a Benko Blumenfeld type of position with an extra tempo with white. So it's quite interesting. Also, probably not bad thing to do in general against Keith. Just get Keith a little bit out of his normal systems and just shake the position up a little bit. And what Terry actually mentioned was actually the following concept, and in particular his 10th move, which in this position he went knight g5, and after h6 he went knight e6. Wow!
Does that work?
Well, it's funny actually because Keith's a big Caro-Kann player, and one of the key themes in the Caro-Kann is this knight g5 to e6. And well, here's Terry's avoided the Caro-Kann. He's played a Benko reverse, and he's still getting this knight e6 theme in. It looks a little bit speculative to me. And I'll also have to admit that if you look at the computer evaluations, it's looking the computer's not too impressed. But I think in a practical game, it's not at all easy to defend. The king stuck in the centre, and Terry just did his very best to get this a3 f8 diagonal open to get to the black king, and it was a wild old game, but in the end, that pressure told, and Terry won it in the end, which was a great result. The next game was another one that he mentioned, and he mentioned in particular one particular move, and I do have to say that having seen it, I can understand why that one would stick in your mind. It's a game against the Russian player Alexander Chernev, and I'm just going to whiz through the opening nice and quickly. Terry got a...
Is he a GM?
He's a GM in actual fact, yeah, that's right. Very well known on the English circuit, plays a lot of weekend tournaments. So, Terry got an absolutely huge advantage, played quite beautifully actually, I have to say. Very nice move here, f takes g3, opening that f-file. Now that pawn f7 is a little bit sensitive. It doesn't matter which opening you play. You used to play the King's Gambit, didn't you? An awful lot.
Oh,
well,
yes.
And that was, it's not a King's Gambit, but still the f7 pawn's very, very sad. And of course, these light squares here are absolutely terrible. So, Terry got an absolutely huge advantage here. Played it actually quite beautifully, I have to say. It's a very nice move, Queen c4, attacking the bishop on c5 and the pawn on e6, and picks up a couple of pawns. Terry mentioned in the interview how it's that big moment of jangling nerves when you've got a GM just on the floor, a couple of pawns up, and you've got to finish it off. And actually, Chernev, like all Russian GMs, he's a tough guy to put away. And here, this was probably not such a good idea to exchange off queens. And all of a sudden, things seem to just turn out all right for black. He gets one pawn back, and he even manages to offer the exchange of rooks, and he's a pawn down. But of course, white's got two sets of double pawns here.
So it's looking pretty drawish now.
It is looking pretty drawish, yeah. But there's Terry finds an incredible resource here, and we'll just slow down a little bit. I've been whizzing through the moves, and here he plays rook e8, king f6, rook f8 check. All looks pretty innocuous. You think maybe going to repeat for a draw, and Chinaev went king e7, and here it is. Can you see what happened here, Natasha? Because I was quite thrilled when I saw what Terry had played.
You can go rook f4.
You can, yeah. I think when you know it's there, it's easier to spot than when you're in the heat of battle. But it's a stunning little move actually. Rook f4. So e takes f4. I just take with the king, and it's all working out. And obviously, if that rook's got to leave the fourth rank, then the pawn on g4 is going. And actually, looking at the evaluation just on the board next to me, it's the computer still thinks that black should have some chances. I can kind of believe that because double pawns on both sides. It's not like you've got a clean majority. But Terry finished off quite beautifully, and ended up beating a GM. But I can imagine. I mean, a move like rook f4, you don't forget in a hurry.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, and he was saying that that those are the things really. I mean, those enormous battles, those games in which it's topsy turvy. You think you're on top, and then it's all looking tricky, and then you get back. Those are the things that he played chess for. These are the moments that make it all worthwhile. So two lovely games from Terry there.